Hey guys, welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, Jeff Trunapole, and as always, I'm bringing you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio. All right, here's a rundown of the topics I'll be discussing today. What I think the Bengals should do with Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton, class act all the way, has introduced himself to Joe Burrow. And Major League Baseball have a new plan, different plan than what I talked about yesterday about potentially starting the season up. All right, let's get into this Andy Dalton thing. Now, the Bengals said that they would do right by Andy, meaning do what's best for him. And they said they want to do what's best for the team. So what do you think that is? Me, I think at this point, they should just cut him. Let him go find his own deal. Let him go find a team where he actually has an opportunity to start. I mean, I've had people say, well, don't you think he's such a class act, he's such a good guy, he'll rework his contract to, be Burrow's backup. I'm like, no. He wants to start. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a class act, but he wants to start. Now, the problem is the longer he stays with the Bengals, the less chances and less opportunities he has to go find a team where he potentially could start. The other thing is the best thing for the Bengals. Because either way you look at it, you do not want to pay a backup quarterback what they're going to have to pay Andy Dalton this year. And it's going to be cheaper for them and a smarter business move just to cut him and, pay whatever they have to pay toward the salary cap. So, do I think Andy would be a cancer? No, I don't think Andy would be a cancer. I got an article here later on in the show. I'll talk about what a good guy he is. But I really think I know Andy wants to be a starter. I mean, because he was upset last year when they benched him that they did it after the trade deadline. Which, I mean, hindsight, people say they might have played their cards wrong. I don't know if they had any cards to play. I've said this before. I think the best team that messed up is the Indianapolis Colts. I think they should have traded for Andy and not signed Old Man Rivers. Because I don't think Philip Rivers can do it. Now, I might be wrong, but the games I saw him last year, his mind was there, but his body's not. He can't get the ball where he wants to anymore. And once you can't do that in the NFL, you're done. And I think he proved he couldn't do that last year. That's why the Chargers have moved on from him. So, I really think Indianapolis messed up big time by not going after Andy Dalton, because I think Andy Dalton would have been a great fit for them. And I've said this on many, many shows in here. People who say Andy Dalton is a terrible quarterback don't know football. Andy Dalton is not a terrible quarterback. He's a very, very good quarterback. Is he the upper elite? No. He's a tier below them. He's good. You can win playoff games with him. We haven't, but you can. So like I said, Indianapolis would have been good. I personally think that New England is waiting. They're going to wait the Bengals out. That's what I think. I think they're waiting the Bengals out and wait till they cut him. As soon as they cut him, I think New England's going to sign him. That's just my gut feeling, because they didn't draft a quarterback. They didn't sign any. They got Stedman, I think his name is, their quarterback. And who knows, maybe Stedman's the next Tom Brady. I don't know. I doubt it. But you never know. I mean, they did, bench Drew Bledsoe for Tom Brady, and that worked out pretty good. I can't see them hitting twice on that. That would just be like a once in a million shot to do it twice. Anyway, that's where I think that they are just waiting for the Bengals to cut him. Because what else do they have? Stedman? And maybe they like him. Maybe they don't. I don't know. But I just think that's the best move, and really the only move left that the Bengals have with Andy Dalton. All the other starting quarterback jobs are pretty much filled up. You got Jacksonville, which, honestly, I think they could care less if they get a starting quarterback or not, because I think they're trying to tank to go get Trevor Lawrence next year. San Diego, they got their quarterback. The only other open job that I can think of is New England. So, they're just drying up. It's just, there's a lot of quarterbacks that were out there this year. Cam Newton still doesn't have a job. So, and there are some reports that Cam Newton goes to New England. It could. I mean, I'm not. I'll never say never when it comes to Bill Belichick because he got Randy Moss to play in his system. But the thing with Cam Newton, his biggest problem is he's coming off two pretty big injuries, and nobody knows if he's healthy. Nobody, as of right now, whatever team is interested in him, their doctors cannot check him out. They just can't. They're not allowed to right now. Now, in a month from now, it sounds like they're going to be able to, so something might happen then. But by then, there might be not any teams to have a job for him. So I think Cam is just going to have to suck it up and take a backup role and see what happens. That's where I think his biggest problem is he's injured. He's got 2 years of injuries. He's barely played, and nobody knows if he's healthy or how healthy he is. So that's my 2 cents on Cam Newton. All right, as I was saying before, Andy Dalton, class act all the way. Dalton reached out to Joe Burrow along with many other Bengals to welcome him to the team. Most notably, given the fact that Burrow was drafted to replace Andy Dalton. All right, Burrow dropped the details on Rap Sheet and Friends podcast, quoting Burrow. Yeah, he reached out to me and just welcomed me to the team. I had met him before all this coronavirus craziness had started. It was out in California. I just went up and introduced myself to him. So we've met each other twice now. Burrow added the following when asked about whether he had a sense of if Dalton will be around for his rookie season. Burrow, I have no idea what the plans are. Whatever the situation, I'm going to adapt to it and be the best player I can be. I just got to say, like I said before, Andy Dalton is nothing but a class act. He's kind of getting a run around with the Bengals. I really do think the Bengals were trying to find a spot for him. And they were trying, obviously, to get the most they could for him. But like I said, all spots dried up. And for Andy to go out and welcome Joe to the Bengals is very classy. Because Burrow's going to take his job. That's what he's drafted for. Andy could have been like Brett Favre when they got Aaron Rodgers and was very mean to him and, didn't help him at all. And, he could have been like that. And Andy could have just said, what, screw it. The kid's going to take my job. I'm not calling him. But he didn't. So that's another reason why I really respect and like Andy Dalton. And I really hope that these Andy Dalton haters that we've had over the last almost 10 years that he's been here really realize what a good quarterback he actually was. Again, a good quarterback. I'm not saying he's a great quarterback. Now, he has got most of the Bengals' passing records. They say, oh, well, that's not that big of a deal. Okay, well, we had Ken Anderson, who led the league in passing in the 70s. We had Boomer Esiason, who won the MVP in 1988. So we've had some pretty good quarterbacks, okay? Andy's been the most healthy and the most long-lasting of our quarterbacks. I think that's one of the reasons, he has the record. And plus, whether you like it or not, Bengals fans, those 5 years were the most successful consecutive winning 5 years that we've had. They were. So, like it or not, Andy Dalton is one of the best quarterbacks in Bengals history. He just is. I think he's getting replaced by the best quarterback in Bengals history, Joe freaking Burrow. But, so, my point is, Andy Dalton, class act. I really hope he gets to the right spot and the right team where he is at least given the opportunity to win a starting job. But, who knows? We will see. All right. This show and every show is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out their website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. Like I said, the stay-at-home ordinance is going to get lifted here, hopefully in a couple weeks. You guys looking for a rental property? Check out their website. All their available properties are right there. Okay, speaking of stay-at-home ordinance getting lifted, Baseball has a new plan. I know I talked about the plans yesterday, but this one came out late last night. And honestly, it's the best one I've heard yet. And I think there's something in this plan that Major Baseball should really consider using moving forward in the years to come. All right, baseball's new plan. MLB is optimistic this week it can start the 2020 season in late June, playing at least 100 regular season games. MLB is considering a 3-division, 10-team plan, which teams play only within their division. A concept gaining support among owners and executives. It would abolish the traditional American League and National League and realign the divisions based on geography. Now, this is also based on as long as the COVID-19 testing is available to the public. If that happens, teams can play in their own park, which it looks like it's going to happen. We're not talking till June. I mean, the way they're talking, we should be able to get it. Now, this is the part that I like the most. And I think I've said this on a show before. I know I talked about it with my friends and stuff, but I really think baseball really needs to realign majorly to get more geographic rivalries. And I really like this. There's only one change I think I'd make, but let me read this again. So this is what will happen if they go with the plan that they're talking about now. In the Central, be 10 teams. The Cincinnati Reds, Cleveland Indians, Chicago Cubs and White Sox, Milwaukee Brewers, St. Louis Cardinals, Kansas City Royals, Minnesota Twins, Detroit Tigers, and Atlanta Braves. So, and that right there, you got state rivalries. You got Cincinnati Cleveland, which would be awesome. I would love that. City rivalry, Chicago, the Cubs and White Sox. State rivalry again. You got Cardinals and Twins, or Cardinals and Royals. And then you got the Twins, Tigers, and Braves. Now, the one I would like to switch, personally, just because of the rivalry that it could create for the Reds, would be I would like to take out the Braves and put them in the East and take Pittsburgh and bring them back. Just so we could have Cincinnati, Chicago, and Cleveland, and St. Louis all in the same division. I just think that would be geographically a very good rivalry. Plus, for that past 25 years, Cincinnati, Chicago, and St. Louis have all been in the same division. So, I mean, the Reds would have, going back to the one that they're actually proposing where the Braves are here, the Reds would have the Cleveland Indians. You still have the Cubs. You can have the White Sox. I mean, they're in Chicago. The best part is fans can travel. Now, here in Cincinnati, we know Cubs fans travel, so hopefully this season, since the Reds are going to be good and they're going to kick some Cubs butt, the Reds fans will travel. And we can travel to, it's not Comiskey, Cellular One Park, where they call it, the White Sox. And then, like I said, Cardinals, Royals, that'd be cool. I mean, Twins, Tigers, Braves, they don't really have a rival, but they're all close. And the point for this, as far as right now goes, they just play each other. So you don't have to travel. The Reds don't have to travel across country to California to go play any of those teams, or down to Texas to play anybody down there. You keep it close, so you're trying not to spread the virus, which, that's the whole concept of this, is to not spread it. So if you keep it in this geographic area, I think it's a good plan. Play 100 games. Again, like I said yesterday, I didn't see anything for playoffs in this article. I don't know if they're talking about expanding playoffs, which is what they've talked about doing, and playing in neutral sites, which I don't like. What I'd rather them do, just get them all in, get the playoffs in October, and finish it in October. However you do that, that's what I think you do, But I'm not in charge. Clown Rod Manford's in charge, so we'll see what happens. Alrighty. Now this report surfaced Monday. It's from the Sports Business Journal, detailing what a delayed NFL season could look like. I don't think they're going to delay it, but this is what this report says it could. The big things that I think could happen. One, they would move the Super Bowl to February 28th, 2021. No Pro Bowl, which I could care less if there's a Pro Bowl or not. And no bye weeks, which I seriously doubt the NFLPA would ever go for that. They just added an extra week. I don't think they're going to give up a bye week. So I don't think that's going to happen. Honestly, I really do think if sports gets back rolling here in June sometime, that means mini camps and stuff could start for football, and they won't have a delayed training camp because training camp doesn't start till like the end of July, beginning of August. So if everything starts rolling here sometime in June, I think the NFL season is going to get started with no hitch. I don't think anybody is going to be at these games for a while, especially baseball. Football, again, I don't know. It just depends on how the spike goes up, or if we have a spike or we don't have a spike, and we're probably going to. I mean, we're getting out and getting around each other like we haven't been. So anyway, I'm very excited that sports is at least getting close to getting back to going again. I had a really cool comment. I think it was from Baby Yoda on my YouTube channel here, that he said you basically are going to go from, no sports to all kinds of sports. So we're going to be, right now we're dying going, please, I'll watch badminton. I'll watch anything, to everything's going to be playing at the same time. I mean, literally. I mean, if it starts in June, and if baseball starts in June and they go till November, literally everything, baseball, football, basketball, hockey, all of them are going to be playing at the same time. So we're going to have a sports bonanza. So, like I said, we're going to go from no sports to all of them. And I will love every minute of it. And while this is going on, or until this goes on, we can all discuss all these topics and more in these Facebook groups that I help run. We have Bengals Nation, Reds Country, Bearcats Country, and then our new one, Cyclones Country. Now, if you're watching me and you're not from Cincinnati, Cyclones Country is our ECHL hockey team. It's a very rabid fan base, so we love our Cyclones. So, YouTube channel. You subscribers, like I said, I love all your comments. I really do appreciate all of them. I know sometimes it takes me a little while to get back to you, but I really do appreciate and love all of them. I'm up to 419 subscribers. That is awesome. Like I keep saying, let's push that up, try to get to 500 as fast as we can. If you're listening to me on the podcast, and it's on Apple Podcasts, do me a favor, give me a 5-star review. If you're on Beanpot, Spotify, Anchor, any of the other ones, like and subscribe and share and tell everybody about me. And other than that, today's Wednesday. It's usually my sports hump, but we don't have anything to slide into our sports weekend. Actually, we do. We do. I take that back. What am I excited about? This is what last couple weeks I've been excited to get to Sunday night to watch The Last Dance, the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Have you guys been watching them? They are phenomenal. And for all you Kobe, LeBron fans, Michael Jeffrey Jordan is the best player ever. Sorry. That's just sports, baby. See you guys.